And you may be wondering why was it so complicated to give remote access, and that's what we're gonna see in this video. So of course you are suspecting this is a matter of cybersecurity, and in fact this video is going to deal with security matters. And then you may start to think we're going to show badass hacking trick, things that were forbidden in your childhood or new experiences you never dreamed of experiencing. I am going to hack the world, I'm not living by the rules anymore. Well, I hate to bring it down for you, but it's really more simple explanations for your grandma that is trying to understand the very basics of internet and security. So let's start by pretending there is an evil, mean pirate that wants to access my Office 365 services. He has no password, no login, but he tries to access the Windows application proxy anyway. And let's pretend he finds a flaw in my server. Maybe, I don't know, I did not upgrade the server to its last security version, whatever. The WAP is now fully compromised and owned by the pirate. But the WAP is nothing, it's merely a mediation port between users and the ADFS, so the pirate has to find a way to compromise the ADFS too if he wants to access my system. And if I suspect malicious activity on my WAP, it is still time to close my firewall and solve the issue before opening back the remote access. So that's the reason number one I created all these DMZ and put my WAP in charge of external communication. Reason number two, now my pirate is not alone, he's bringing back all his buddies and start asking for a lot of connections, tons of connections. They still have no password and no login, but each time the access is denied, it's a little more traffic on my WAP. And more traffic means more work, and too much work means my server will crash down. And that's the best case scenario because sometimes my router or my external firewall will crash first. That's called a denial of service or DDoS attack. And yes, they can shut down my remote access, but my ADFS on the other hand is intact. And my internal user can still access Office 365 with their federated access, and that's another reason why I created the DMZ. But, because there is a but, I did not resolve all possible attacks. Imagine now that Captain Barbosa here is more intelligent than the average sea dog and tries to impersonate my Stormtrooper. He's trying to be Stormtrooper 2 to my ADFS. The login is not very bad to find, very hard to find. First name dot last name at company name, that should be easy. For the password now, he may try what we call a brute force attack. It means he will methodically do a lot of passwords. That's not very hard to counter. For instance, I will block the account at the 5th attempt. But if I do only that, it can be a huge problem as my internal access is based on the same account, and pirates have the capability to block all my company accounts, which is not a good thing. So maybe I will block retries on the ADFS instead of the Active Directory. If, for instance, I blocked at the 3rd attempt on the ADFS and still on the 5th attempt on the internal AD, it allows my internal user 2 more attempts before blocking his accounts. Okay, but maybe my pirate is very patient and is targeting specifically one special account, like the CEO of my company, for instance. And if he's careful and intelligent enough not to block the account, he may find the famous password, despite all my security architecture. And there is more. You may have heard about keyloggers. What is a keylogger? It's a very simple software installed on your computer by a malicious hacker that simply saves all keyboard activities. I tap my password, my credit card number, the name of my lover, everything is logged by the keylogger and sent to the hacker. How did it happen? Well, I don't know, you tell me. Maybe you downloaded and installed a cracked video game. Maybe you are spending too much time on R-rated websites and too few on upgrading your system. Maybe you insert a malicious USB drive, and I can go all day long like that. In this situation, if my Stormtrooper type his password, it will be saved by the hacker. So how can I manage to counter all those attacks, because he will get my password and he will access my account? That's what we're going to see in the next video. As a former president said, together everything is possible. Please share and comment.